three-game road trip by traveling up to East Lansing, Michigan to take on the 25th-ranked Michigan State Spartans. Unfortunately for the Dons, the news not good as they were defeated by Michigan State 80-43. Today they are back home here at the Memorial Coliseum getting ready to take on the Golden Flashes of Kent State University in NCAA Division I basketball. Hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Maas. Welcome to another edition of IPFW Men's Basketball. I'm joined on the telecast today by Dave Scouten. And Dave, it's tough when you only make 3 shots in the second half to beat a very good team like Michigan State.
Well, the Michigan State Spartans are a team that's going to pound on an awful lot of teams all winter long. So, yeah, they got thumped pretty well up there, but that's not too bad, I don't think, to ruin their season.
Today's opponent, Kent State, is a team that IPFW has never defeated. Last year, almost to the day, these teams played in Ohio, and Kent State came away with a 25-point victory, so revenge is definitely on the minds of IPFW.
Well, that plus 2 years ago here, Kent State threw up a mid-court shot that went in at the buzzer, and they won by 1 point. So, yeah, we can do this.
Kent State's coming off a tough loss at Cleveland State. They haven't played in 10 days. Could that be a factor?
Probably at this time of year, a little time off doesn't hurt you, and I'm guessing maybe they had final exams along that way or preparation for their final exams.
Well, we're looking forward to an exciting contest. Again, it's IPFW taking on Kent State. Please stay tuned. Starting lineups and the opening tip are coming up next right here on College 5 Sports.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to their website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Your graduate university.
It's IPFW Mastodon Basketball, live from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Brought to you by College 5 Sports on My Network. Digital broadcast 33.2, Comcast 252.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Along with Dave Scouten, this is Mike Maas, and we're getting ready to bring you today's NCAA Division I men's basketball game featuring the Golden Flashes of Kent State University and the Mastodons of IPFW. Dave Scouten, Kent State comes in here with a record of 4-3, but they haven't played in 11 days. IPFW coming off a tough loss at Michigan State on Wednesday night. They are 3-6 entering play this afternoon.
Yeah, let's hope the Kent State squad is a little rusty today and that it takes them about 40 minutes to get the rust off.
They have 40 game minutes or so. Let's give you the starting lineups for this matchup. First for the visitors from Kent State, Kent, Ohio. They have Isaac, known as Ike Knight, 6'7" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan. He'll be at one forward. Jordan Mincy is a 5'10" sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. He's a guard. Mike Scott is a 6'7" junior from Indianapolis. Armand Gates, one of the two seniors on this team. He is 6'1", 185 out of Chicago, and Rodriguez Sherman is a 6'2", 185-pound freshman out of Indianapolis. The head coach at Kent State in his 5th year is Jim Christian. He has had 4 20-plus winning seasons in his first 4 years. For IPFW, Jakari Johnson, 6'4", sophomore out of Grand Rapids, is at one guard. Chris Perkins is a 6'2" junior out of Villa Park, Illinois. He's the other guard up front. DeWitt Scott is a 6'6" junior out of Chicago. Justin Hawkins, a 6'6" senior out of Garrett. And jumping center will be Tyler Best. Tyler is a 6'9" senior out of West Lafayette, Indiana. The head coach of the Mastodons in his 2nd season here in Fort Wayne is Dane Fife. Our officials this afternoon, Brett Wagenke, David Lanning, and Eric Brown. And you see the Mastodons. There is a good look at head coach Dan Fife.
I think from those starting lineups, Mike, that it's a pretty good matchup. Size, they compare pretty nicely, pretty well. They've got some big guys, not real big, and they've got some small, quick ones. So we should be able to match up.
Kent State is missing one of their starters, and we're told perhaps their best overall player, Jamin Quintance, is a 6'7" junior out of Sarasota, Florida. And we were told he has a groin injury very similar to the one that IPFW's Quentin Carruthers has experienced. And Quintance will not see action today. Players are taking to the court. Again, IPFW in the home white with blue trim, blue numbers, blue lettering, IPFW in the front. And Kent State wearing gold with black and white trim. Numbers, looks like a dark, deep navy blue. Names on the back in dark blue as well. And the opening tap is controlled by Kent State. And here we go. Golden Flashes moving from right to left on your television screen. And first possession. They work the ball inside to Ike Knight. Knight kicks it back out. Sherman for three. No good. Rebound is pulled down by Jakari Johnson. Mastodons with their first possession.
IPFW opened up with a very good man-to-man defense.
Well, Kent State seems to be also playing, well, I was going to say man-to-man, but it might be a matchup zone.
And that, they're doubling down on Tyler Best an awful lot.
Three-point shot is no good by Johnson, and here comes Kent State up the court. Mincy inside. Turnaround jumper is no good by Knight.
Good rebound position by the Dons, both times down.
IPFW with their second possession. We've played just over a minute. Neither team has scored yet. Just underway here at the Memorial Coliseum. Glad you could join us for IPFW men's basketball. Pass intended for Hawk. The layup is off the glass and good.
Nice look by Tyler Best to hit Hawkins underneath the basket. Hawk had to work for it, though.
The senior from Garrett makes it 2-0 IPFW. Golden Flashes. They were 22-8 a year ago. MAC champions, and Jim Christian was the Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year.
Again, good
long three-point shot, and that is no good. Best with the board.
Good defense.
From the Dons.
Three-point shooting is not one of the, hasn't been anyway so far, a strength of the Golden Flashes.
Came into the game hitting just 33% of their long shots. Best wants to drive. Pass intended for Hawkins, knocked out of bounds, they say, by Jordan Mincy. 13 seconds left on the shot clock, 17:59 on the first half game clock. 2-0 is our score, IPFW on top. As you see Jim Christian talking to Jordan Mincy.
First substitution is in for Kent State, number 5.
Hawkins misses an 8-footer, and here comes Golden State up the floor. That's Omni Smith, who's just into the lineup for Kent State. Scott, turnaround jumper is good. We are tied at 2. Mike Scott out of Indianapolis with his first field goal. We were told from the Kent State people that it could be a little bit aggressive today.
Well, that'll be all right. That's good. The IPFW can play that way.
Ball nearly tipped away by Kent State. Here is DeWitt Scott. Turnaround jumper by DeWitt is good.
Yeah, let's get DeWitt in the beam real quick today and let him stay there.
It is 4-2 in favor of IPFW. So we near the 17-minute mark.
Travel.
Omni Smith travels with the basketball. Coming in for the Golden Flashes is Mike McKee. He is a 6'4", 175-pound redshirt freshman out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Chris Perkins out of Villa Park, Illinois, brings the ball up over midcourt, picked up by Smith. Now Kent State is in a man-to-man defense. Jakari Johnson, pass for Scott, down low, and the shot is blocked, and they're going to call a foul.
Two-shot foul.
And the foul is going to be on Ike Knight. So that is his first, the team's first. And heading to the line for IPFW will be DeWitt Scott.
DeWitt's a good free throw shooter, a good man to have there.
First free throw is good. DeWitt now with 3 points on the afternoon. Scott came into the game struggling at the line, just 54%, but he knocks the first one down. Here comes the second. That is good as well. IPFW now with a 6-2 lead.
And they have to keep playing the tough defense.
McKee up top, watched by Johnson. Trying to get the ball on the low block. Scott driving on Justin Hawkins. Kicks it away, and here's Jakari Johnson all alone, and he will knock it home with the jam. And a timeout is called by Jim Christian, 32nd timeout. Doc, IPFW off to a good start, leading 8-2.
Real good, and it's all being triggered by the excellent defense. Off of that defense, they pick up a steal, get a basket, but they're coming down and they're very active on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. Good movement to start this ball game.
Yeah, there you see a replay, and Jakari Johnson, the sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan, all alone, and puts it down with some style and some authority.
As open as he was, if he'd have missed that, he'd have had to keep right on going out the end of the Coliseum.
Okay, the timeout is over, and players are back on the floor, and Kent State puts the ball into play. Say Omni Smith, number 5, will bring it up the floor. IPFW playing the man-to-man defense. Armand Gates takes it strong to the hole, and he is fouled, and he'll shoot a couple.
Good help defense by Tyler Best that time. Came over to cut off the lane, stopped the drive.
The personal foul was called on Chris Perkins, his first, the first on IPFW. Armand Gates, 8 for 8 thus far in competition this season at the free throw line. Put the IPFW whammy on.
Yeah, see little jinx here.
Didn't work.
Work on the next one.
Substitution, Quentin Carruthers, the senior from Flint for IPFW, and Justin Sullinger, a 6'5 sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio, in for Kent State. Second free throw by Gates is also good, so he's now 10 for 10 on the season. More importantly, he brings Kent State to within 4. And the Golden Flashes put on some full court pressure.
IPFW needs to relax there and handle this, get down and get their offense set.
Tyler Best will pull the trigger and gets it into DeWitt Scott. And here comes IPFW up the floor. It's Perkins double teamed.
Almost a travel.
Perkins right side pass to Carruthers into Best in the low post. Tyler double team, looks for help, gets it to Hawkins underneath. He lays it up and in.
Great.
Nice feed from Best to Hawkins.
Great pass and a great shot by Justin, put it up with the left hand.
Hawkins with 4. Gates knocks one down from downtown. That may have been downtown Kent.
That's the one guy that shoots the 3 for them a lot.
Gates now with 5 points. The lead is chopped to 3, and IPFW guilty of traveling. And we have timeout on the floor. 15:24 left in the first half. Our score, IPFW 10, Kent State 7. This is IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
I've gone away to a college with a beautiful campus.
I've gone away to a college that cares about diversity.
I've gone away to a college where I get to live in my own apartment instead of living in a dorm room.
I've gone away to a college that really isn't that far away at all.
I go to IPFW.
IPFW.
I go to IPFW.
To find out more about college life at IPFW, go to our website. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Diabetes is a killer. After I was diagnosed, I didn't feel sick, so I didn't listen to my doctor. Then it struck. I had a heart attack, then a stroke, and I was only 49.
People with diabetes are 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people without diabetes. and many who survive are severely disabled.
Don't let diabetes destroy your life.
Learn how to reduce your risk of stroke. Call for your free diabetes survival guide.
Back at the Memorial Coliseum, IPFW leading Kent State 10-7. Golden Flashes have the basketball as we near the 15-minute mark of the first half. Justin Sullinger is tied up by Tyler Best, and a jump ball is called, and on the alternate possession it will go over to IPFW. That did not make Kent State coach Jim Christian very happy. Kent State with the full court pressure again. Dodds beat it. Quentin Carruthers kicks it out. Best. Three-pointer by Chris Perkins, short. McKee with the rebound for Kent State. Golden Flashes on the run.
Yeah, they're pushing the ball down the floor very quickly.
It's Rodriguez Sherman, number 32 with the ball, and he's watched by Quentin Carruthers of IPFW. Sherman takes it all the way to the hole, misses the shot. Best with the rebound. That's two for the senior from West Lafayette. Back come the Dons, moving from left to right on your TV screen here in the first half. Law pass intended for Perkins, knocked away and picked up by Kent State. Quickly come up the floor. Smith, bounce pass inside, they whip it around. Three-point shot up and in by McKee. Just like that, we are tied 10-10.
Yeah, those threes will do that, won't it? Cut that gap down in a hurry.
Kent State playing man-to-man pressure defense. Carruthers, 12-footer off the glass and in.
Nice move by Quentin. A little fake, goes up, gets the jumper.
His first points of the day. IPFW scoring has been spaced apart. Sullinger wants to drive on Best. Left-handed shot goes down, count it, and he is fouled. And the foul we're going to call Justin Hawkins with the foul. Interesting. That is the first personal on Hawk. Team second on IPFW. And we've got Knight coming back in. Chris Singletary, number 2, is a 6'3" freshman from Chicago. He's on the floor for the first time. And trying to convert the three-point play is Sullinger. And he does. Kent State takes the lead, 13-12.
Kyle Savely in the ballgame now for IPFW to help handle that trapping press.
IPFW working the ball on the perimeter. There's Savely, lobs it into Best. 15 on the shot clock. Kick it out. Chikari for 3. Yes.
Good
sophomore from Grand Rapids now has 5.
Good inside out move by Tyler Best. Kicked the ball back out.
Don's up by a deuce. Another long ball. In and out. Ball is out of bounds. They say the last touch by Quentin Carruthers. It was like Jordan Mincy that took that three-point shot. Substitution.
Kent State does a lot of subbing.
Dane Fife going to retaliate. He's going to bring in number 34 is Jerron Burrows, the 6'8" junior college transfer. And number 50 is Željko Egeric, 6'9" sophomore out of Croatia.
Gives IPFW a little more size inside than they've had in any part of the ballgame so far.
Burrows played very well. Pass intended for Singletary. And it is last the ruling has been overchanged.
Yeah,
last touch by IPFW, so Kent State will retain possession. Burrows picks away. Here comes Johnson. Lob pass for Burrows. He misses the shot, but he is undercut by Armand Gates.
And everybody came out healthy and in one piece.
Armand Gates is going to be called for the personal foul. We should get a good look at Dane Fife, IPFW head coach. That's the second Kent State foul. Jerron Burrows at the line for 2. Rattles the rim, but drops down.
Yeah,
good.
it tried to jump out.
One more free throw coming. Don's up by 3, could make it 4 with 12:47 to go here in the first half. And that one is good as well. 4-point IPFW lead. Mincy watched by Savely. Singletary wants to drive, and the ball is knocked away. Picked up by Kent State, and traveling is going to be called on Mincy.
Another turnover for Kent State. That's their 5th.
PFW has committed 2 turnovers. And here is Kyle Savely, 6-foot sophomore, bringing the ball up the floor. Carruthers has his pocket picked, and they're going to call a jump ball. Good defense by Chris Singletary, and the alternate possession will go to Kent State.
Yep, Quentin hesitated that time with the ball, and Kent State jumped on it.
17-13 is our score. Mincy gets the ball to Singletary, and again, Kent State wants to work it on the perimeter. Sullinger cut off. Gates, awkward 3-point shot, way off the mark and out of bounds.
And plenty of time on the shot clock. I'm not sure why the desperation that time.
The Kent State coaching staff not happy with that turn of events. IPFW with the ball and a 4-point lead as we are inside 12 minutes. Johnson in, out, and in again.
That one came clear out and went back in. That ought to be worth maybe 4 points.
Well, they're going to only give him 3. It's 20-13. Jakari Johnson with 8 points thus far. Sullinger drives it off the glass and in, and he is fouled. And the foul is going to be on Burrows. And again, another timeout on the floor. 11:42 left in the half. Mastodons 20, Golden Flashes 15. This is IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
Sullinger's a good, strong guy inside there.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Parents, there's something you can do to protect your kids from drugs and alcohol. Combine ground beef with egg, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, and spices. Bake in an oven-safe pan at 350 for 50 minutes. Serve hot.
This is Jamie Lee Curtis. Children who eat dinner with their families are less likely to smoke, drink, or use drugs. So, have dinner together every day.
Delicious.
A message from CASA, the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University.
Left in the first half, Doc. The Mastodons have a 5-point lead, 20-15, but the Golden Flashes can cut that to 4 with a good free throw.
Yeah, it's been a good ball game so far. Fast, hard played.
Sullinger, a 56% free throw shooter coming in. Left hands that one up and in. That is 2 conventional 3-point plays now by Sullinger. And it's down to a 4-point IPFW lead. Jakari Johnson cut off on the wing, gets it to Savely.
A little weave around the outside on the perimeter.
DeWitt Scott, top of the key 3, off the rim, no good. Sullinger with the rebound for Kent State. Mincy gets it up the floor in a hurry. Shot blocked by Burrows, second shot blocked by Burrows. Fight for the loose ball, and Scott comes up with it. Jerron Burrows with back-to-back block shots.
And in fact, Easerick may have helped him on the second one.
Savely lost the ball, and Kent State's going to take it strong. Singletary is going to draw the foul on Jakari Johnson.
That's a tough call, real tough.
That's the first foul on Jakari, 4th team foul.
Jakari had pretty good position, but he didn't get set.
Chris Singletary at the line. As you see the replay.
Replay.
Whoa.
Well, I'm not
the
so
shoulder
sure he
goes
wasn't set.
shoulder into shoulder.
Yeah.
Most officials look at the feet position. First free throw by Singletary bounces off the rim, off to the right. Chris came into the game 47% success rate, 9 out of 19.
That's the first miss at the free throw line tonight by either team.
Scott back on the floor for Kent State, replacing Knight. One more free throw coming for Singletary. And that one is good. It is now a 3-point game. McKee back in for Singletary. Kent State will continue to apply full court man-to-man pressure. Tyler Best gets it into Perkins. Mincy is in Perkins' jersey, literally. And a traveling call charged to Chris Perkins, and that there's good coaching by Dane Fife. You didn't see it on the screen, but Dane came out and briefly talked with Chris and said, Chris, use your body, ward off the defender.
Trouble last time was the defender had a hold of his arm, so he couldn't move much.
Smith wants to drive on Best, and that's cut off. Long two is good. And it's now a 1-point Mastodon lead. Scott up off the glass and in. DeWitt Scott now with a half a dozen. Golden Flashes continue to move the ball on the perimeter. Smith, bounce pass inside. Someone drives a shot blocked by Best. That's at least 3 IPFW blocks. Dons turn it over again.
That was a nice try. Tried to thread that bounce pass through there and just couldn't get it done.
Smith forces up an awkward left-handed shot that is no good. Tyler Best with the board. And now time is called. It's an official timeout as there's blood on the
bloody nose
face of Omni Smith. So
yep.
He's got to sit down. Sherman comes back in, I believe. And now play back underway. 22-19 our score. Mastodons on top. 9:40 to go in the first half. Best underneath for Hawkins. The shot off the glass and in.
Yeah, the reverse layup was great. He used that basket up there to shield the defender away. Came back up on the other side.
Justin Hawkins with a half a dozen. There's a Kent State shot that is wide of the mark. Justin Hawkins had 3 3-point field goals in the first half against Michigan State. And today he's got 3 deuces against Kent State.
Yeah, and almost all of those 3 baskets have come off of assists by Tyler Best.
DeWitt Scott on the right side looks for Best in the right low post. Best double team, tries to find Hawkins and throws it away. It is the 6th seventh IPFW turnover. Smith back in, he got the bleeding stopped on the nose. So he is back on the floor. And he'll bring the ball up the floor for Jim Christian's Kent State Golden Flashes. 8:50 and counting left in the first half. McKee kicks it out. Long 3 by McKee, off the pass from Sullinger is no good, and the ball goes off of Quentin Carruthers out of bounds. Kent State now 2 of 5 from long distance, Doc.
Shot clock reset now, so Kent State will have plenty of time.
Whistle away from the ball. And they're going to call DeWitt Scott for the pushing foul, trying to establish position. First on DeWitt, 5th on IPFW. Kent State down by 5, 24-19. Smith tries the shot, forces it up, no good. Put back up and in by Sullinger. Sullinger is a force under the boards.
Yeah, he has been today. He's a stocky guy at 6'5", and 220.
24-21 is the score. Now here's a scrum on the floor, and Kent State's going to get it. And Smith is going to lay it up and off the glass and in. And Dane Fife calls a 30-second timeout. He has seen his lead dwindled to 1 point, 24-23.
That last possession by the Dons was an example of where the behind-the-back pass never made it to the other hand. The defender was there and took it.
And you get a good look at the Mastodons. Happy to be back home after a 3-game road trip that saw a win at Southeast Missouri State. As we see the replay, Doc, scrum at midcourt.
Good hustle by
nice feed by Scott to get the ball to Smith. Yeah. So Scott will pick up an assist on the play. And now the players are back on the floor. Mastodons have hit 9 of their 13 shots thus far from the floor. That's 69% success. Kent State 8 of 21. IPFW on the perimeter. Ball almost knocked away from Best. Time on the shot clock. Blocking foul called on Kent State, and DeWitt Scott will shoot a pair. Foul was on Rodriguez Sherman.
Yeah, Kent State's defense has kept the pressure up.
Another timeout on the floor. 7:50 left till halftime. 24-23 IPFW. You're watching Mastodons basketball on College 5 Sports.
You know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy with affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
Time rather here at the Memorial Coliseum. IPFW on top 24-23, and instead of free throw shooting, IPFW will inbound the basketball. Savely up top. Kent State continuing that man-to-man pressure defense.
And they pressure all over the court.
Best to drive on Subwinger, a little half hook is up and in. Tyler Best heard from for the first time today in the score sheet.
Well, that's a good move because that will open up then that pass he was making again to Hawkins underneath.
The lead is up to 3 for IPFW. Smith, watched by Savely. Subwinger fakes a 3. 10 on the shot clock. Nice feed inside. Shot is missed, and an over the back foul. I think it's going to be called on Omni Smith of Kent State. It is his first, team 4th.
There's good defense that time by IPFW. First, Tyler Best contested the close-in shot, and then his teammate got excellent position.
IPFW now gets the ball in the front court. Carruthers, watched by Smith, pair of number 5s. Got 6:51 left in the half. Best double teamed. And now we've got a whistle and a reach-in foul on Kent State.
Yeah,
Smith picks up his second in a hurry. 2 fouls in 21 game seconds for Omni Smith. Mincy back on the floor for Kent State. Dane Fife calling out a play from the IPFW bench. Carruthers for 3, off the rim, no, and pulling down the rebound is Ike Knight for the Golden Flashes. Again, perimeter passing by the Kent State Flashes. Sherman misses. And Best comes up with another rebound.
And good boxing out that time by Hawkins.
Tyler Best now with 4 caroms. Pass intended for Best, knocked out of bounds. Jim Christian asking which one of my players did the ball go off of. 6:15 left here in the first half. IPFW on top 26-23. Hawkins has his shot blocked by Scott. Scott got up in the air.
That was a great defensive move. He came from behind.
GD team fouls even at 5 apiece. Savely will pull the trigger for IPFW. Carruthers just inside the 3-point arc, in and out. Sullinger with the rebound. Kent State would like to run at every opportunity if they could.
But IPFW's defense has gotten back very well.
Shot by Scott is no good, but a whistle is called, is blown, and a foul is called on Justin Hawkins. And it's his, no, they're going to change, yes, it is on Hawkins, his second. Team 6th. And Mike Scott, a 62% foul shooter, will shoot a pair. First one is good. Now has 5 points on the day. Burrows back on the floor for IPFW. Singletary on the floor for Kent State. One more free throw coming for Scott. Could cut the IPFW lead to 1 if he's successful.
Kent State's done very well at the line. 6 for 7.
6 for 8. Best with his 5th rebound.
Put a little jinx on him that time.
Don's up by a deuce with 5:50 to go in a half. Savely has the ball knocked out of bounds by Mincy. Again, the Kent State coaching staff questioning the call.
They're lucky that there wasn't a foul call.
Best wants to drive on Sullinger. And he has it knocked away. Scrum on the floor. And there'll be a jump ball called. Possession to remain with IPFW.
So the shot clock will stay at 17.
5:41 in the first half game clock. And Kyle Savely will inbound it underneath his own basket. Carruthers off the glass and in. Is it good or is it
It's good.
waved
And
off?
I think they're going to call it's good.
They're going to count the bucket by Carruthers, but after he released the ball, he is charged with a personal foul.
That's a call you don't see a lot.
No, you really don't.
They either wipe it off or give him a +1.
It's the 7th team foul on IPFW, but here's a steal by Savely. Savely and Johnson. And the Dons throw it away. Pass was too deep for Burrows, and the retrieve pass was picked off. Nice spin move by Mincy, but the shot is no good. Another rebound for Tyler Best.
Tyler's been protecting that ball very well when he gets that rebound underneath.
Skip pass to Savely. Long shot is up and in. A three-pointer.
That's what we needed.
And immediately a timeout. Well, not sure what it. A whistle blew a stoppage of play.
They're checking, I think, on that previous call about basket good.
Well, they might.
Foul.
Interesting. 4:55 left in the half. At the moment, the score is 31-24. We think. Again, you see our officials, Brett Wagenke, David Lanning, and Eric Brown. Or it might be Wagenke, I'm not sure which. And now one of them's going over to the official score. Another of the officials is talking with Dane Fife. I think it is, Dave. When Carruthers scored the basket, they counted the basket, charged him with the foul. That was the 7th team foul. And since they counted the basket, perhaps Kent State should have gone to the other end and shoot free throws. And if that be the case, then you wonder what's going to happen in the meantime. Do they disregard the basket?
Well, there's been enough possession since then that you can't go ahead and shoot the can't go back and shoot the free throws, I don't think.
Great replay we just saw. So if there's a free throw, it'll be Mincy that'll go to the line.
But since that time, both teams have had a possession. So
and IPFW did score on a 3-point field goal.
It's too late to. No, they are going to correct it. They will shoot it.
It's interesting. If they're going to have Gates go to the line, it should be Jordan Mincy. The replay clearly showed that it was Mincy that was hit by Quentin Carruthers.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be good to see that replay again, just to.
Well, this is interesting. Did I just hear a technical foul being called on somebody?
I don't think so.
Armand Gates is at the line, but it should be
Mincy, number 11.
Mincy would shoot the personal foul, but if there's a technical foul, it'll be. And there's confusion reigning here at the Memorial Coliseum. Gates is at the line, and I'm baffled by this one. Armand Gates, senior, makes the first one. Nice to get a ruling on this.
He's still perfect for the year.
Knocks down another one. Makes it 31-26. 4 for 4 now for Gates at the stripe. And Kent State will put the ball into play, seeing that Savely had just knocked down a 3.
Yeah, they go back to where the action had stopped.
Well, I'd like to mark an asterisk on that one and find out what the heck happened. In any event, it is now a 5-point IPFW lead, and Kent State is called for traveling, specifically Mike Scott. 7 turnovers now on Kent State, and with 4:43 to go, IPFW comes up the floor. Carruthers loses it. Singletary, 2-on-1. Gates somehow gets it tonight. The shot is no good. The tap is good. Second time around for Ike Knight. And the lead now is cut to 3. Knight with his first points of the day. Carruthers' long distance is no good, but he is fouled. Or there's a foul called, I should say.
Foul inside.
They're going to call on Ike Knight for the foul. Second, team 6th.
And it's not the 1-and-1 yet, but it will be after this foul.
Sullinger back on the floor for Knight for Kent State. Mastodons to inbound it underneath their own basket. And Savely gets it all the way over midcourt, which is permissible. Johnson back to Savely. Egerick with the ball. Savely is in no man's land, and he is fouled. Dons get a little bit of a break. Chris Singletary called for a reach-in foul.
Got to put Kyle at the free throw line with an opportunity to get IP some FW some points here now.
McKee back on the floor for Kent State, replacing Singletary. And heading to the foul line will be Kyle Savely. Kyle, as we said, a 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore from Corydon, Indiana, down south. First free throw, bounces off the rim and no good. Sullinger with the rebound.
First miss at the line by the Mastodons tonight.
Here is Kent State down by 3. Scott's going to try to tie it up, and he's no good. Savely with the rebound on the missed 3. Jakari Johnson wants to do some wheeling and dealing. Egerick for 3. Whoa! Big 3-point field goal by Jelko Egerick.
That's no fluke. He can do that. He can hit those threes pretty regularly. given.
First points of the day
He's
for the
wide
sophomore.
22.
Coming right back for
McKee.
Kent State is McKee with his second try. 34-31. Loose ball picked up by Burrows. Savely forces up a shot, no good, and we have a whistle underneath. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. Well, we'll let you know who it is when we return. 3:04 left until halftime. IPFW up 34-31 over Kent State. You're watching Mastodon basketball on College 5 Sports.
Kyle Savely will be shooting.
Need paper, pencils. We only ask that you do your best. And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Today's children are growing up in a world with AIDS.
Mama.
A world where 11 million people have died, 30 million others are infected with HIV. Over 1 million of them are children. AIDS increases poverty and endangers the well-being of children. Some become orphans, others die. By preventing infection today, we can protect our children tomorrow. The World Bank and its partners, fighting AIDS together.
Back, everybody, to the Memorial Coliseum along with Dave Scout, and this is Mike Maas. 3 minutes, 4 seconds left in the first half. Our score, IPFW 34, Kent State out of the Mid-American Conference 31. Kyle Savely will head to the foul line for IPFW, shooting 1 and 1. And thus far on the season, Kyle has been successful 7 out of 12 times at the charity stripe. The free throw is, they're going to call it a two-shot foul, and he missed the first.
Kyle needs to relax a little bit, follow through here, and get a nice, smooth free throw. Get one to drop.
Yeah, that one off the rim as well, and Sullinger pulls down the board for Kent State. McKee wants to drive on Scott. They work it down low. 20 on the shot clock, so there's plenty of time there. Sullinger on Best, and he's going to draw the foul.
And that should have been a foul before the shot.
Tyler Best picks up his first. It is the team 8th. So Julian Sullinger, who already has 8 points here in the first half, at the line. A little short on the free throw.
A little short that time.
Golden Flash is now 8 of 11 at the foul line. It's not bad, 73%. Came in as a team shooting just 66% at the stripe. One more free throw coming for the sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio. That is no good, so he's 0 for 2 at the line on that trip. Perkins back on the floor for IPFW. Chris has the basketball. Scott to Best. Best and Sullinger have been bumping bodies all day long, and
Sullinger bounced him again.
Is going to be called for the personal. It is his first, team 9th. 1 and 1 for Tyler Best.
IPFW needs a couple of free throws here.
They really do. They're just 4 of 7 so far today at the free throw line. That is strong, no good. Rebounded by Scott. Here comes Kent State back up the floor. Scott wants to drive on Burrows. It's denied. Forces a shot up, and that's a pass that's picked off by Johnson. Perkins into traffic, and he gives it to Johnson, and the shot is missed. Burrows will try his luck, and that is blocked by Scott. IPFW fans not happy with that non-call.
It's pretty furious action in there where not too many things went right.
1:48 to go in the half. McKee. Sullinger, 12 on the shot clock. Armand Gates will long distance it, and he knocks it down.
That's his third one, I think.
Well, more importantly, it ties the game at 34. Down to a minute 28. Best on the left side. Again, wants to drive on Sullinger if he can. Kicks it out, and there's a pushing foul. And Sullinger is charged with his second foul, to the dismay of head coach Jim Christian. It's the 10th team foul, Doc.
Means that post team defense is going to have to loosen up a little bit on Tyler.
Well, Tyler will shoot 2 now with 1:16 left in the half. I want to remind you, at halftime, we'll be speaking with IPFW Director of Athletics Mark Pope about a big day coming up on Sunday. First free throw by Best is good, and TB really needed that one, Dave.
Yeah, T needed it, and so did the team. Well, they hit their first 4, missed their next 4. Now let's see if he can keep it going by hitting 2 in a row.
He has 3 points, looking for number 4, and it's strong. But Burrows tries to keep it alive, but it's knocked out of bounds, and they say last touch by Jerron Burrows.
Good hustle by Jerron.
1:13 left in the half. Mastodons 35, Golden Flashes 34. Kent State with a basketball. Muncie will bring it up, picked up by Chris Perkins. They get it down low. Nice little half hook by Knight. Kent State takes the lead. 50 seconds in the half. Carruthers.
Want to be sure and get a good shot.
15-footer by Perkins, in and out. Rebounded by Knight.
Got the good shot, but it wouldn't fall.
8.5 second differential, shot clock and first half game clock. And you get a good look at Jordan Mincy. Watched by Chris Perkins. IPFW staying in that man-to-man defense. Key watched by Carruthers, down to 21 seconds in the half. 8 on the shot clock. Mincy. Scott, long distance, off the mark. And we have a push-off foul going to be called on Isaac Knight.
Be a great spot to pick up a couple of more points at the free throw line after they didn't handle the ball really well to get a good shot.
That is the third personal foul on Knight. Comes with 10.8 seconds, and looks like Chris Perkins will go to the line to shoot 2.
Sullinger's coming back in for Knight.
Chris Perkins has only been to the free throw line 6 times so far this year. He's hit 4 of them. He equates to about 67%.
How does 6 out of 8 sound for you?
Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, sounds great to me. First one is good.
That gets him halfway.
Sullinger back on the floor. For Kent State, Jakari Johnson back on the floor for IPFW. One more free throw coming for Chris Perkins. That one is good as well.
There we go. All right. 10 seconds.
W now retakes the lead by a point. Gates just in. Oh, it is called a 3. Count it. And that's the way the first half will end. As Armand Gates connects for his third 3-point field goal of the first half, and that will give the visitors from Kent State a 39-37 lead at halftime. Teams head to the locker room. Again, we will take a break and review the first half, and also chat with IPFW Director of Athletics Mark Pope. 39-37 Golden Flashes at the break. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
Work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's gotta feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to their website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Nothing gets my blood pumping more than a packed stadium, fans cheering, and the swish of a perfect basket. When I was diagnosed with colon cancer, it became an eerie silence. Early detection helped me, and it can help you too. Today, colon cancer can be treated with minimally invasive surgery, which will get you back in the game sooner than open surgery. I want you to meet my friend, Dr. Michael Harris, who's joined me in the fight.
Good one, Coach. Each year, more than 145,000 Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second largest cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and if found early enough, beatable. If you are over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, speak to your doctor, get screened, and understand your treatment options. Heads up, Coach.
Visit mybluestar.org and pass it on.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam. Ewa.
Rita. Apa? Pa.
Mir. Shanti.
Yep, Di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs are making it happen. Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Pizza! I must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum anum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Funny.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Memorial Coliseum. It is halftime of our men's basketball game featuring IPFW and Kent State. And on the strength of a three-point field goal at the buzzer, the Golden Flashes have a 39-37 lead. Our special guest here at halftime is Director of Athletics at IPFW, Mark Pope. And Mark, first and foremost, thank you again for coming on and chatting with us. First question I'll ask you, thoughts on the first 20 minutes of play?
Oh, I'm very, very frustrated. I have visions of, some people have visions of sugar plums dancing in their head at this time of the year. I have visions of these guys shooting three balls with 1 second to go. They just did it down here at the end of the first half. But, a well-played game. Kent State is picked to win the MAC. They're a tough team. Jim Christian, I think, is probably the premier coach in the MAC, a fabulous coach. So we're hanging with them. We're going to have to step up the defensive intensity, and someone's got to teach our guys how to shoot free throws.
Well, hopefully Dean Fife and his staff can do that. This has been a tough week for IPFW men's basketball because a week ago today they were out in Colorado Springs, played very well against the 23rd ranked team in the country, Air Force, only lost by 12, and then ran into a buzzsaw Wednesday night at the Breslin Center.
Well, yeah, I mean, these are the games that you play to see where you are in terms of the top 25 teams in the nation. There's no doubt in my mind that Air Force and Michigan State are both going to be teams that will be around in March and playing in the tournament. And so you measure yourself against them. I thought we passed the test very well against Air Force. Michigan State, well, sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you.
Yeah, something about only hitting 3 out of 21 shots in the second half leaves a sour taste in your mouth. But
yes.
let's turn on to a much more brighter subject. Tomorrow afternoon at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center, a very big day for IPFW women's basketball and IPFW athletics in general.
Well, yeah, I think it is. We started this tradition last year. It's an event called Hoopla. I'm not sure who came up with the name, but I kind of like it. We try and bring in three state teams along with ourselves and really showcase women's basketball. We're very fortunate this year to have Ball State and Valpo and then Indiana University joining us for this event. I believe that if we're going to give equal billing to both genders and to allow the opportunity for this game, the women's game, to be showcased, then we got to take a Sunday, set it aside, and really do it. And so I applaud Chris Paul and what he's doing to set this up.
Well, the nice thing about Chris and his team, they're coming off a big win at IUPUI Tuesday night, 59-50, and They're 4-3 at this stage of the season, where a year ago they were 1-6.
Yes, Chris has done a fabulous job. I'm very, very proud of the things that he's been able to accomplish. And again, this event hopefully will tomorrow spur on more and more interest with regard to women's basketball, because it is an exciting product to watch. I'll tell you, if you have some time tomorrow afternoon, the tickets are just about as cheap as I can make them. You know, $5 for an entire afternoon for the 2 games. You know, to me, if we just give this community a sense of what women's basketball is like at the Division I level, I think they're going to really enjoy it. There's so much more strategy. There's so much more passing and plays that you can see being formed as you're sitting in your seat than the men's game, which is more of a motion type of an offense. I think they'll really enjoy it. And you're right, Chris is playing very well. Chris's team is playing. I don't know how Chris is playing. I saw him shooting free throws the other day. I'm not too impressed. But I think Chris's team is playing very well right now, so hopefully they'll have a chance to go in and see what they can do against a Big Ten team.
And it'll be the first meeting between IPFW and IU. The Hoosiers got bombed at Bowling Green, but they're still 7-2. Ball State is 5-1, and Valpo was 4-3. So 4 teams that have winning percentages are going to be at the Irrigate Sports Center tomorrow.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. You have 4 teams that are all in the top 100 RPI. That's kind of fun to have. So it's not going to be sloppy basketball. It's going to be solid, well-executed ball. And, you know, Indiana, they're a Big Ten team. They recruit Big Ten people. I think it's kind of fun, Mike, to note that this is the second time we've had IU on our campus in the last 4 months. First for the soccer showcase, and now for a women's game. And, you know, maybe Kelvin will decide to come up and join us up here too someday.
Well, I think you're working hard. You and Dana are working hard to see if that's possible. Real briefly, Mark, anything else you'd like to say to our viewers in regards to IPFW athletics?
Well, I think, you know, this becomes the time that I sit on pins and needles for the next week. We start right after the game tomorrow. We start final exams. And so it's a week of waiting and watching and praying and hoping that things come out well. Our kids have done a nice job in the past, but that doesn't preclude the future. We need to sit, you know, and work hard. We've had study tables all fall long. We've monitored their grades twice now through the first semester to see where everybody is, to try and avoid that last-minute surprise. So it's a real uneasy week for me. But you know, hopefully we'll get through that in shining colors, and then give some players a chance to go home, relax, enjoy the holidays, and come back raring to go.
Well, again, congratulations on getting Hoopla year number 2 off and running, and hopefully tomorrow is going to be a great day. We invite everyone to fill the Irrigate Sports Center, and thanks for coming on again and talking about IPFW athletics.
Well, Mike, again, thank you and Bernie and all the guys I still get it on 56. I don't know if you guys have made it down to 5 yet or not, but I know it's either 5 or 56. But thank you for what you all are doing. This is it's a great thing for us to be able to showcase our teams on TV. It's a real benefit to us. And that's a lot of hard work and a lot of effort by a lot of people. So thank you for doing it, bud. It's fun having you.
Thank you very much. We've been chatting with Mark Pope, Director of Athletics here at IPFW. Again, it's halftime of our men's game. The Dons are down to Kent State 39-37. We'll have more information to bring you in a moment, but we'll take this quick break. You're watching IPFW men's basketball on College 5 Sports.
I've gone away to a college where the class size is small.
I've gone away to a college with a beautiful campus.
I've gone away to a college that cares about diversity.
I've gone away to a college where I get to live in my own apartment instead of living in a dorm room.
I've gone away to a college that really isn't that far away at all.
I go to IPFW.
IPFW.
I go to IPFW.
To find out more about college life at IPFW, go to our website. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Living with diabetes is the pits. When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is check my blood sugar. I just want to feel like all the other kids without pricking my fingers or injecting myself with insulin.
Diabetes is rough on my whole family.
When I was diagnosed, my mom couldn't stop crying. But imagine a cure.
Right now, as many as 3 million children and adults are living with type 1 diabetes. They will never outgrow it. Some will face complications like kidney failure, blindness, and heart disease. That's why the science the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation is supporting is so critical. Imagine a cure.
While progress should never come to a halt, there are many places it should never come to at all. So we work locally with communities, businesses, and people like you to save precious places around the world, forever. I'm Paul Newman. Help the Nature Conservancy save the last great places.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Again, it's halftime here at the Memorial Coliseum, along with Dave Scout, and this is Mike Maz. And Doc, good drive there by Justin Hawkins. And looks like Jakari Johnson, I got a feeling he may slam the ball down.
I think he might right here. Yeah.
Sophomore out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Long ball time. Good three-point shot there. Another three-pointer from Jakari Johnson. Rattles around and in. Nice feed from Chris Perkins into DeWitt Scott. A lot of good things that happened in the first half. Again here, nice reverse layup by the 6'6" senior Justin Hawkins.
Yeah, he made some nice moves underneath.
Little jump hook by Tyler Best, driving on Sullinger. And that was an interesting play there because Quentin Carruthers made the bucket, but they called a foul on him.
Yeah, that was the one that had the confusion on the free throws being shot later. The official changed from a player control foul to
personal foul, count the bucket.
Yeah.
The numbers, IPFW, 57% shooting, 13 of 23. Kent State, 41%, 13 of 32. Free throws, 8 out of 12 for Kent State, 7 out of 12 for IPFW. Assists, 8 to 7. Favor of the Golden Flashes. Rebounds even at 17. And Kent State has had 2 more steals than IPFW. Again, it is halftime, and we'll be back with the second half momentarily. 39-37 Kent State. This is IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
When it comes to dogs, cats, and kids, sharing just comes naturally. They share their toys, their beds, even their favorite snacks. But pets and people can share other things as well, like disease. Zoonotic diseases are illnesses that can be transmitted from animals to humans, like leptospirosis, or diseases that affect both people and pets, like Lyme disease. Fortunately, you can help reduce the risk by visiting your veterinarian. Your veterinarian can help protect against zoonotic disease and potentially harmful parasites. Most important, a wellness exam from your veterinarian twice a year can help detect, treat, or prevent health problems before they become serious. So share affection, not illness, and ask your veterinarian about zoonotic disease protection for all your loved ones. A message from the American Veterinary Medical Association and your local veterinarians.
Each year, more than 145,000 Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second largest cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and if found early enough, beatable. If you are over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, speak to your doctor, get screened, and understand your treatment options. Heads up, Coach.
Visit mybluestar.org and pass it on.
Back at the Memorial Coliseum, second half action about to get underway. Kent State will have the basketball. Going from left to right on your television screen. Looks like the original starters are on the floor for both teams. Scott, turnaround jumper is no good, and Tyler Best pulls down the rebound. And for Tyler, that's now 7 rebounds on the day.
IPFW needs to get the offensive cranking up again here. That would be a good one.
Good
right there.
shot by Justin Hawkins. He had 3 of those at Michigan State. And IPFW retakes the lead, 40-39. Hawkins now with 9 points. Sullinger. 17-footer by Sherman is no good, and Jakari Johnson pulls down the board. Played almost a minute of the second half. IPFW trailed by 2 at the break, but they got a 3-point field goal from Hawkins. They are now up 1 with Best driving. Shot is no good. And the rebound pulled down by Julian Sullinger.
Sullinger's a solid 220. 6'5".
Sherman. 16 on the shot clock. Golden Flashes pass intended for Sherman, knocked out of bounds by Jakari Johnson. 13 on the shot clock. Gates to inbound it to Mincy. Mincy. 6 on the shot clock now. Scott's going to do something. Inside pass, Sullinger jump hook, in and out, no good. Best with another board.
And good rebounding position that time by Hawkins. Kept Kent State away from the ball.
DeWitt Scott. Dons move it around. Jakari back to Hawk. Another 3-ball. Yes!
That'll work.
Back-to-back trays from the senior from Garrett. It's a 4-point Mastodon lead. And Hawkins now has a dozen. There's a shot, no good. Fight underneath. Sullinger will force it up and doesn't make the shot, but he does draw the foul.
Yeah, Hawkins that time kept him from having an easy look at the basket. So now we'll see if he can do it at the free throw line.
That is the 3rd personal on Justin Hawkins, the first team foul. And shooting a pair will be Julian Sullinger, who was 2 for 4 in the first half at the line. Knocks that one down.
2 for 4 or, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at Armand Gates.
First free throw is good. One more free throw coming. Left-handed shot, no good. Fight for the loose ball, and Hawkins comes down with the rebound. Kent State now 9 out of 14 at the free throw line. Muncie and Perkins having a duel. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, 18 seconds. Jakari Johnson loses the ball out of bounds, and they say last off his thigh, so a turnover for IPFW.
This is a tough defense by Kent State to drive the ball against.
You see head coach Jim Christian, this is his 5th year at Kent State, and he has won 20 or more games in each of his first 4 seasons at the helm. Last year's Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year, they were 22-8, conference champions, went the NCAA. Nearly a steal by DeWitt Scott.
Had his hand in the passing lane, but couldn't control the ball.
Muncie wants to drive on Perkins. That's cut off. Long 3-point shot by Scott is off the mark. Tap is no good. Loose ball is fought for. It'll belong to IPFW, but good hustle by both teams.
Yeah, it almost backfired on the Dons that time by trying to let the ball go out of bounds instead of going to go get it.
You see head coach Dane Fife in his 2nd year here at IPFW. 16:53 and counting. IPFW with a 3-point lead, 43-40. Scott is double teamed, looks for help. Jakari for 3. bouncing off and in. Give him a break. That is the third three-point field goal of the second half.
And a turnover on the out-of-bounds line.
Substitution. Omni Smith, number 5, back in for Kent State, replacing Rodriguez Sherman. IPFW has 3 3-point field goals here in the second half. 7 for the game. Hawk tries another one, but that's off the mark. And McKee gets the rebound.
Short.
Sullinger wants to drive on Best. Weak side help from Johnson, forces a turnover. Perkins off the glass and in.
Nice give and go. They kept that defender turning around. He didn't know where the ball was.
Timeout is called. It'll convert to a 60. We will keep it right here. 48-40 is the score. IPFW on top. And one nice thing we have seen so far, Dave Scout, and IPFW came out of the locker room with purpose.
Yeah, they've had a lot of intensity. Here's the replay on that last steal. Now the ball goes. Watch this ball move back and forth from the 2 guys. Great, great move.
Also good teamwork, and it forces Jim Christian to call his second of 5 allotted timeouts. So he has 3 left. Dane Fife has 4. And look at the numbers, Dave. IPFW hitting nearly 59% of their shots overall, but over 58% from 3-point range.
Yeah, they've had great shooting. And Kent State's not too bad. They're 5 for 11 at the 3-point line. So that's pretty decent shooting too.
Leading scorers thus far for IPFW, Justin Hawkins with 12 and Jakari Johnson with 11. Armand Gates with 13, all coming in the first half, leading the way for the Kent State Golden Flashes. Players back on the floor. You see Tyler Best on your right, Justin Hawkins number 4, DeWitt Scott number 3. And Kent State will inbound the basketball, and here they come. See over midcourt. Again, IPFW staying in a man-to-man coverage, and we have a whistle, foul away from the ball.
Yeah, they caught DeWitt Scott for holding on.
Second on DeWitt, second on the team, and we have a timeout. 15:45 to go here in the second half. It's IPFW 48, Kent State 40. This is IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
You know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication, or science, or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good. But with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Your graduate university.
We invite you to join head coach Dane Fife on College 5 Sports for the Dane Fife Show, featuring highlights and insights on the Mastodons from the head coach and his guest. Yours truly, Mike Moss, hosts the show. It's seen Wednesdays at 7, Fridays at 7, and Saturdays at 12 noon. That's the Dane Fife Show right here on College Access Cable Channel 5. Back to the action here. Kent State with the basketball. McGee, a long three-pointer. And for McGee, that is his 3rd tray of the afternoon. Cuts the lead to 5, 48-43. Best down low, kicks it out, wide open shot for Perkins, and that's off the mark. Rebounded by Omni Smith. Golden Flashes want to run McKee again from long distance, and that's off the mark. Loose ball, Hawkins tried to get control of it, but couldn't.
Couldn't hold on after the rebound.
Scott off the glass, a little bit strong. Tap up, no good. Again, fight for the loose ball. Perkins has it stolen by Knight. Partially blocked. Looks like a foul on the Dons. Wow. They're going to call Jakari Johnson for his second foul. Third on IPFW here in the second half. And Kent State will shoot a pair. Ike Knight, name Isaac, likes to go by Ike. He's a 6'7", 220-pound sophomore out of Detroit. Bounce doesn't go his way on the first one, and bounces away. Armand Gates back on the floor for Kent State. Quentin Crothers on the floor for IPFW. Crothers, Scott, Hawkins, Perkins, and Best. One more free throw coming for Knight. And that one is good. 48-44. The lead is 4 for IPFW.
Now, in the next 5-6 minutes, IPFW has to take good control of the basketball. Don't give it up.
Best from long distance off the mark. Rebounded by Scott. And here comes Kent State. Smith. McKee, wide open three is good.
He's feeling it.
Now the lead all of a sudden is just a single point, 48-47.
And that's McKee's, fourth three-pointer today?
Dane Fife will call a 30-second timeout with 14:19 left on the second half game clock. Mike McGee, long distance.
And he only
4 out of 6 from long distance.
And he was only 4 for 12 for the year.
Want to invite you to keep up with the IPFW women's basketball team each week throughout the season by tuning into the Chris Paul Show. It is seen Wednesdays and Fridays at 6:30 and Saturdays at 12:30 here on College 5. Coach Paul and yours truly, Mike Moss, review recent games, talk with players, and preview upcoming action. Again, it's the Chris Paul Show. See it 3 times weekly right here on College Access Channel 5. Players back on the floor. And IPFW has the ball and a 1-point lead. Perkins being hounded by Smith. Crothers tries to create something and draws the foul. The foul is on Knight. That's his 4th. Just the first team foul here in the second half.
Fortunately, it's a shooting foul, so IPFW will get 2 free throws.
Quentin Crothers, the senior from Flint, Michigan, 73% free throw shooter. And the first one is up and in. It's now a 2-point Mastodon lead, 49-47. One more foul shot coming up.
Burrows comes in for Hawkins into the IPFW lineup.
You've got Perkins, Scott, Crothers, Burrows, and Tyler Best. Quentin Crothers averaging 8 points a game, going for point number 7 here, and he gets it. 2 big free throws by the senior. It's a 3-point Mastodon lead. Come the Golden Flashes. McKee is just on fire. Misses that 3, and the Dons control the boards. They want to run themselves. Crothers knocks it down, and he draws the foul.
That's what you call a circus shot, and it went in.
Big bucket for the senior. And the foul was called on Sullinger, his 3rd, team's 2nd. 13:53 left on the clock. Free throw is no good. Mike Scott pulls down the rebound. Again, Kent State trying to muscle the ball inside. Key. 4 out of 7 in 3-point attempts. Dons want to keep an eye on him. Smith, left-handed shot up and in. Omni Smith cuts the lead to 3. His second bucket. IPFW trying to stretch everything out on the floor. Best on Sullinger. They're calling traveling on Tyler Best?
Traveling on Tyler, yeah.
He'll stop and tie his shoelace. 12 IPFW turnovers now. Kent State has turned it over 10 times. And Omni Smith walks it up over midcourt. McKee wide open on the left side. 3-ball up and in. McKee on fire, and we're tied at 52.
Nice pick set on the outside there by Gates.
Mike McKee with 15 points, all from long distance. Burrows on the block, off the glass, a little strong. And Kent State comes away with the rebound, the personal Mike Scott. Smith, off the glass, count it, and he is fouled. Omni Smith gives Kent State the lead. Foul, I believe, was on Perkins.
Yeah, Chris Perkins.
His first. Make it his second, first here in the second half. All of a sudden, Kent State has ripped off 7 points in a row. Johnson, Eggerick on the floor, along with Kyle Savely for the Dons, and one more free throw coming here for Omni Smith. Bounces around and in. 55-52. Kent State with the lead. Carruthers misses the shot. Kent State doing everything seemingly right in the second half.
Well, their intensity level has really picked it up a couple of notches.
Scott going strong, has it knocked away, and we have a whistle. Not sure if it's a shooting foul or. Jakari Johnson picks up his third foul.
Ball will now be out of bounds.
12:09 left here in the second half. PFW was up 52-47. Kent State has run off 8 points in a row, and they're up by 3 now. 55-52. Give and go. Sullinger off the glass and in.
Well, IPFW needs to do something here to stop the bleeding. And that might do it, although it's a foul, it would be not a shooting foul.
And that foul comes with 11:55 to go. Timeout on the floor. It is Kent State 57, IPFW 52. Back with more Mastodon basketball in a moment, right here on College 5 Sports.
Everything you need, paper, pencils. We only ask that you do your best.
And make you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam. Ewa.
Ride. Apa pa? Pa.
Mir. Shanti.
Nhiệt chẳng nhóc đi.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen. Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La paix.
around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Back at the Memorial Coliseum, 11:55 left in the second half. Kent State, on the strength of a 10-0 run, has taken a 57-52 lead.
Yep, they've gone from 5 down to 5 up.
Safely on the floor. Burrows, Carruthers, Eggerick, and Jakari Johnson. Z has the ball knocked out of his hands. If there is a foul called on Kent State, Jalku will go to the line to shoot 2.
And I think that foul was on Mincy also.
Jordan Mincy picks up his second foul in a row. So here is Željko Egeric, the 6'9" sophomore from Croatia. Made a 3-point field goal in the first half, but he misses on that free throw attempt. Dave, IPFW just 9 out of 16.
Yeah.
Mark Pope commented at halftime that somebody's got to teach these Dons how to hit free throws.
They started out rather well, hit the first 4 now.
Next one is knocked down, so that starts the 10-0 run. It's 57-53. Kent State with a 4-point lead in the basketball.
And IPFW's defense during this run has been reasonable.
Sullinger wants to drive on Z, banks it off the glass and in. I have a funny feeling we may see Tyler Best back on the floor. Sullinger doing damage in the low post.
You're a prophet, because here comes Tyler.
Savely, skip pass. Jakari for 3, no good. Tap up and in by Egeric. Johnny on the spot. Željko Egeric.
He was in the right spot at the right time.
He now has a half a dozen. We're under 11 minutes. Kent State with a 4-point lead in the basketball, 59-55. And here's Sullinger again, wants to try to drive. And there's a foul away from the ball.
Kyle Savely.
Yes, you're right, Dave Scout. Kyle Savely picks up his first foul, and that's the 16th foul. We still have just under 11 minutes to go in the second half. Best, Carruthers, Scott, Hawkins all back on the floor along with Savely for the Dons. Smith inbounded to McKee, long 3-pointer, in and out. Scott with the board.
Well,
that was halfway down the cylinder.
He's human. He missed one.
But he's made 5 3-point field goals today.
He has.
Tyler Best wants to drive on Sullinger. Banks it up and in. Well, it's now 59-57.
IPFW would say that was a good no call.
Kent State pleading for a foul. Nice wraparound pass from Smith to Scott. Savely fouls Scott.
Scott will go to the line.
Second personal on Kyle Savely. 10-16 left here in the second half. It is Kent State 59, IPFW 57. Mike Scott from Indianapolis shooting 2. The first one is good. He's now 2 for 3 at the line today. One more free throw coming. Averages 10 points a game. He's going for number 9 right now. Knocks it down.
So he's pretty close to his average.
4-point Kent State lead. 9 points for Scott in the contest. Best, skip pass to Scott, 3-pointer, in and out. McKee with the rebound. DeWitt Scott just couldn't get it to go all the way down. Omni Smith, number 5, watched by Kyle Savely. 9:45 to go in the second half.
Kent State's being a little more deliberate this time in the offense.
Sullinger on Best and Hawkins. Shot rolls around and in. The lead back up to 6, 63-57. Sullinger now with 7 points in the second half. Savely in no man's land brings it out. Hawk for 3. No.
Couldn't quite get set on that jump shot.
Julian Sullinger pulls down a rebound. And palming the ball. That is a point of emphasis call this season. Kent State guilty of the infraction. And we have timeout on the floor. 9 minutes, 9 seconds left here at the Memorial Coliseum. It's Kent State 63, IPFW 57. You're watching Mastodon Basketball on College 5 Sports. For tickets to IPFW athletic events, call 260-481-6000, or you can go to the IPFW Athletics website. It's a new one, www.gomastodons.com. Tickets are available for individual events or in packages for men's and women's basketball. The phone number again, 260-481-6000, or go online, gomastodons.cstv.com. That was not an immediate timeout. That was an IPFW timeout, I believe.
Yep, coach's timeout, 30 seconds.
So we correct ourselves there. Best to Savely.
IPFW needs a bucket.
Best again on the right block. Low block watched by Sullinger. Savely will try his luck, forces a shot up. It's no good, but there is a whistle and a foul. Armand Gates commits the personal foul, his second, team fifth.
Kent State, their last possession was in a different defense. They didn't have the trapping man-to-man going.
They're going to call that a non-shooting foul. Savely was fouled before he went to take the shot, so it'll be possession Mastodons underneath their own basket. Tyler Besto inbound it. Carruthers takes it strong, misses the bunny. Ball is knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Justin Hawkins. It'll be Kent State basketball. Jim Christian pleading for fouls to be called on IPFW. One of the officials. Smith over midcourt, picked up by Savely. Sullinger up top. He's been strong in his second half. Kent State running the weave. And they nearly throw it away, but McKee's able to get it to Gates. 12 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I think Kent State will be quite content now to run a little time off the clock and then get their shot going offensively.
Turnaround jumper at the buzzer by Scott. Right as the 30-second shot clock was about to go off. The lead up to 8, 65-57.
IPFW needs some good output this time from their offense. Got to get something moving, get some positive.
Best trying to body himself up on Sullinger. Goes strong, and they're going to call a traveling call.
Yeah.
And we have timeout on the floor. 7:36 to go. Kent State 65, IPFW 57. We're back from the Coliseum in a moment with more IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
What's it like when you hear your calling? Will you remember where you were? Will you ignore it? Or will you listen? What if it calls you to go halfway around the world? To share your skills? To serve people you've never met? To do things you never thought you could? What will you do when you hear your calling? Peace Corps, life is calling. How far will you go?
Upcoming events for men's basketball. A week from today, December 16th, the team travels down to Indianapolis to take on the IUPUI Jaguars. And then on Monday, December 18th, back here at the Coliseum to take on Marygrove College. That will be the next telecast of IPFW men's basketball. Back here, back now, Kent State with the ball. And an 8-point lead, 65-57. Omni Smith. Best picks up a steal for the Dons.
The fans here need something to get excited about.
They really do. Quentin Carruthers, watched by McKee. DeWitt Scott needs to get untracked. Hawkins made a couple of threes in the second half. Nearing the 7-minute mark. Best pass from Perkins to Best over Tyler's hands, outstretched hands. The 14th Mastodon turnover of the afternoon.
A little frustration beginning to surface with the IPFW Mastodons on their offense.
Now we are under the 7-minute mark, 65-57 to score. Kent State led at halftime 39-37. Sullinger wants to drive on Tyler Best. Double teamed and traveling call.
Yeah.
Good weak side help from DeWitt Scott helping out Tyler Best on Julian Sullinger. Kent State now with 13 turnovers. 6:41 to go, 65-57 Golden Flashes. Chris Perkins up over midcourt. Scott being hounded by Sherman, who's back on the floor, and IPFW commits another turnover. Armand Gates checking in at the scorer's table for Kent State, replacing McKee. So here we go, Kent State up by 8 with the ball, and they may want to burn some clock, Dave.
Probably get that thing moving now so that it can work in their favor. IPFW just has to keep playing the good defense.
Smith forces a shot up and draws a foul. Chris Perkins will be hit with the call. For Chris, that is personal foul number 3, team foul number 8 here in the second half. Comes with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the half. Omni Smith, who is 1 for 1 at the line thus far, also has 3 field goals for 7 points. He will shoot 2, I believe. And the first one is good. Came into the game hitting 60% of his shots as Jakari Johnson checks in for Quentin Crothers. One more free throw coming for the 6'3", 175-pound senior out of Chicago, Omni Smith. Left-handed shot is off the mark, but Scott picks up the ball, and he and Hawkins each had a hand on it, and they call a jump ball, but IPFW will get possession. A little bit of a break that time, Doc.
Yeah.
For IPFW, because Scott was Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Hawkins had blocked out, but didn't get the ball. Scott went right to it. Tie up, IPFW alternate possession.
Well, the Dons are down by 9. They need to make something happen offensively as we near the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, somebody's got to get some offensive production here.
Best is almost triple teamed. Perkins for 3. Yes! Chris Perkins on a feed from Tyler Best.
That'll get the fans back into the game now.
Perkins now with 7 points. The lead down to 6, 66-60 with 5.5 minutes to go. 3-point shot is no good by Sherman. Hawkins with the rebound. Well, the Dons made the defensive stop. Now they need to convert offensively. Perkins watched by Smith. And he throws it away. Tried to hit Jakari Johnson. McKee back in for Kent State, replacing Rodriguez Sherman. And Dane Fife is just shaking his head.
Well, I think it's partly because IPFW has had a tendency here lately to pick up the dribble in a bad spot. They get two-time, they get trapped, and they lose the ball.
Sullinger on Best, knocks it down and draws the foul with 4:59 to go. Sullinger has really played strong in the second half. He's got 9 points. Tyler Best picks up his second foul.
Sullinger and Tyler Best play similar kinds of games inside, so that's a good match.
Well, the lead back up to 8 and could be 9 if Julian Sullinger, 6'5", 220-pound sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, can make the left-handed free throw. And he does. 69-60. Again, IPFW needs to make some things happen. Jakari Johnson watched by McKee way up top. Best wants to drive on Sullinger. Kicks it out to Hawk, who fakes the three. Perkins from long distance. No. Scott with the rebound. Under 4.5 minutes to go. Kent State with a 69-60 lead in the basketball. And we have a player control foul going to be called on Mike Scott of Kent State. That is his first, team sixth. Illegal screen called on Mike Scott, so let's see if IPFW can take advantage. They're down by 9 with 4:15 to go. And Hawkins tried to hit Scott, and
Scott wasn't watching for the ball, wasn't expecting the ball.
17th Mastodon turnover, and the look on Dane Fife's face says it all. He is royally frustrated. Perkins out, Kyle Savely in. Mike Scott to inbound it to Omni Smith. Smith going to be hounded by Savely. He does get it over midcourt. Kent State with the weave, looking for the backdoor cut. Gates fires it up off the glass, no good. Kyle Savely picks up his third foul. And we have timeout on the floor, 3:57 to go. Mastodons down 69-60. We're back with IPFW basketball in a moment here on College 5 Sports.
Pizza! Pizza! Must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man.
Funny.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Parents, there's something you can do to protect your kids from drugs and alcohol. Combine ground beef with egg, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, and spices. Bake in an oven-safe pan at 350 for 50 minutes. Serve hot.
This is Jamie Lee Curtis. Children who eat dinner with their families are less likely to smoke, drink, or use drugs. So, have dinner together every day.
Delicious.
A message from CASA, the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University.
Back to the action, you see a replay. Armand Gates driving to the basket. Dave Scouten didn't make the shot, but did draw the foul. And as you said during the break, there is still time for the Mastodons, but just 3 minutes and 57 seconds of time.
Would certainly help if Armand would miss 2 free throws here.
Well, makes the first. He is now 5 for 5 at the line today. He is 13 of 13 for the year at the free throw line. It's now a 10-point Kent State lead. One more free throw coming. Gates knocks that down as well. The Dons have work to do. Down by 11.
That work starts right now.
Burrows throws a pick for Scott. Best in the low block, wants to drive on Sullinger. Double team, forces it up, misses the shot. And traveling going to be called on Omni Smith, to the chagrin of Kent State head coach Jim Christian.
Well, Burrows was in the territory that time and caused the player who rebounded to shuffle just a little bit before he took off.
Tyler Best hits Scott on the inbounds pass. Down to 3:32 to go. Mastodons down 11. Crothers would like to try to create something on Sullinger. Savely for 3. No. Scott with the offensive rebound. Dons with another chance. DeWitt Scott draws the foul.
Hand check on his drive toward the basket.
Foul is on Armand Gates, his third, team 7th. So with 3:13 to go, IPFW at the line 1-1. DeWitt Scott came into the game hitting just 54% of his free throws. He's 2 of 2 today. So that 54% is up to 60%. Big free throw right now. And that's good.
Yeah, that was a must.
To be able to score with no time going off the clock. Scott now with 7 points on the afternoon. One more free throw coming. And that's good as well. 71-62, Kent State by 9.
Savely applying good pressure as they bring the ball up the floor and not allowing them to get something easy.
Scott being watched by Burrows. Now there's a switch. Kent State didn't recognize it. Best went away from Sullinger. Smith in the paint. Shot no good. Rebounded by Savely. Kyle quickly up the floor to Carruthers. Working around. Ball pass intended for Scott. Knocked out of bounds, and Jim Christian, I think, justifiably upset that DeWitt Scott actually reached in and made contact, but no foul was called. And IPFW is going to get possession. Christmas come early.
Well, the ball did go off of Kent State, so I guess that part's good.
Under 2.5 minutes, 71-62 Kent State. And they are playing some suffocating man-to-man defense right now.
They really are.
Tyler Best will try to muscle in on Sullinger. Little jump hook, a short. Burrows with the offensive board. Scott for 3, yes.
Big bucket, big bucket.
DeWitt Scott makes it 71-65, and IPFW calls a 30-second timeout. But they are down to just 1 timeout left.
2-possession game, 2 minutes to go.
Back in a moment with more basketball here on College 5 Sports.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to their website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Are you in there? What's up?
Now we're back.
Back to the action. 1:54 to go. 71-65 Kent State. Golden Flashes with the basketball.
Working the clock.
Playing keep away and looking for a backdoor cutter for a possible layup or at least an open shot. McKee for 3, partially blocked by Jakari Johnson, and Kyle Savely comes up with the ball. The IPFW faithful in the stands, making some noise. Big possession for the Dons here. Down by 6, they need to score. Best tries to pass, and it's picked off by Scott. That hurts.
Tyler.
And there's a reach-in foul on Savely.
Tyler looks like he's out of gas. His last couple of shots, even though they've been in close, come up real short. That time he got underneath and couldn't find any place to go.
That foul was on Kyle Savely, and he now has 4 personals. Kent State's in the double bonus. Omni Smith will shoot 2. 1:13 left. First free throw is good. Mincy and Knight back on the floor for Kent State. One more free throw coming for Omni Smith.
It's been a while since Kent State scored anything but a free throw.
Yeah. Another one is good. It's now a 73-65 Kent State lead. IPFW has to score and score quickly. Deuces, threes, whatever. And Kent State's just extending the defense. IPFW cannot get a good look. Jakari, turnaround jumper, no. Gates with the board. 50 seconds to go. Gates double teamed, but he gets it out. And now there's a reach-in foul near midcourt. Jakari Johnson had to foul. He has 4.
Kent State's defense has been just terrific in the last 10 minutes. Not bad all day, but
it's like a swarm of bees.
Yeah.
Well, Omni Smith just made a couple of free throws a moment ago, and he's back at the stripe. Trying to put potentially some final daggers in the hearts of IPFW. First free throw is good. 6 straight points now scored at the foul line by Kent State. One more free throw coming for Smith. And that one's good as well. He's hit 4 free throws in a row. 75-65. Pat Lepper on the floor. First time today. He's a long-range shooter. Savely will take it all the way in off the glass and make it. 75-67, but Kent State comes right back down, and with authority, Isaac Knight says, sorry, boys, we're going to win this one. Whistle, shot is no good by Savely, but a foul is called. Foul is on Mincy, his 3rd. 21.6 seconds left in this one. Kyle Savely at the line. Sophomore from Corydon. Knocks down the first one.
Savely has found out in the last minute or so that if you have the ball, you better keep moving quickly. And that way you can only have one defender on you.
Makes them both. 77-69. And quick foul by Jakari Johnson. And Jakari is gone. That's 5 on him. So momentary delay with 20.5 seconds left. 77-69 to score. Kent State on top. Armand Gates will go to the line to shoot a couple, and all he's done today is hit 6 out of 6 at the line. He's also made 3 3-point field goals. Kent State dogged 21 of 28 at the free throw line today. IPFW 14 of 21. Gates with the first free throw. He is still perfect not only in the game but on the year. $78-69. One more free throw coming. And that one is good.
Doesn't get much better than that, does it? He's a great shooter.
Scott for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Gates. 10 seconds to go. And I think that may be it.
That's going to be it.
3, 2, 1. And there goes the horn. It is over. And our final score today is Kent State 79, IPFW 69. We'll take a break, bring you the post-game show. You're watching IPFW basketball on College 5 Sports.
You know, if she continues to build product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
While progress should never come to a halt, there are many places it should never come to at all. So we work locally with communities, businesses, and people like you to save precious places around the world, forever. I'm Paul Newman. Help the Nature Conservancy save the last great places.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy, with affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
Each year, more than 145,000 Americans will be diagnosed with colon cancer. It's the second largest cancer killer in the United States, but it doesn't have to be. Colon cancer is preventable, treatable, and if found early enough, beatable. If you are over 50 or have a family history of colon cancer, speak to your doctor, get screened, and understand your treatment options. Heads up, Coach.
Visit mybluestar.org and pass it on.
Once again, our final score from the Coliseum this afternoon, Kent State 79, IPFW 69. Kent State goes to 5-3, IPFW drops to 3-7. That's it for this edition of IPFW basketball. Next telecast, Monday, December 18th at 7 o'clock against Marygrove College out of Detroit. That's for the men's side. Women's action, Monday night. Tape delay coverage of tomorrow's hoopla game between IPFW and Indiana. That'll be Monday night here on College 5 Sports. For Dave Scout, this is Mike Moss. Thanks for tuning in. Again, IPFW falls 79-69. You've been watching IPFW men's basketball on College 5 Sports.